How do you even begin to explain the moment your entire life almost gets ripped apart just because you said no? All it took was one entitled woman, one phone call, and suddenly I was being painted as a car thief who had assaulted a teenager, in front of dozens of people. And, the cruelest twist, the car they claimed I stole belonged to the FBI director himself. My name is Marcus Williams. I've been with the Bureau for 10 years, most of that time on the personal protection team for Director Robert Davis. Not glamorous work, half the time it feels like I'm a glorified chauffeur, but it's important, and I take it seriously. Director Davis has had some health issues lately, nothing major, so I run errands for him. Picking up prescriptions, groceries, whatever he needs, handled discreetly. That's how I ended up in the Walmart parking lot that Sunday afternoon, clutching a small bag of meds in one hand and the keys to a black government SUV in the other. It was hot Georgia sun beating down the kind of heat that makes asphalt smell like it's burning. I spotted them the second I approached the Suburban. Brandon Morrison, 17 rich kid swagger with his pack of friends circling the vehicle like vultures. 2 weeks earlier, he'd asked me no demanded that I lend him the SUV for a party. I told him politely that it wasn't mine to lend. He didn't like hearing no. I could see it in his smirk now. This wasn't a random run-in, this was planned. "Hey, remember me?" he called out, stepping toward me like we were old buddies. "Look, I really need to use this car today. My girlfriend's waiting, I can't show up in my mom's minivan." He actually said that with a straight face. I pulled the keys from my pocket, already shaking my head. "Brandon, I told you before, this isn't my car to lend out, and even if it was, the answer's still no." That's when I heard it, the voice that made my stomach clench. "How dare you deny my son?" It cut through the air like a siren. Linda Morrison, HOA president of Willowbrook Estates, storming toward us in designer athleisure blonde ponytail pulled so tight I thought her face might split. 48 years old, and every inch the suburban tyrant. "Excuse me, who do you think you are?" she shrieked. My son asked nicely. "You're being deliberately difficult." Before I could respond, Brandon piped up smooth as ever. "This used to be mine, Mom. He just took it." And Linda's eyes lit up like she'd just caught a criminal in the act. "I knew it. A black driver fancy car. Of course you stole it." The words hit me like a slap. Not because I hadn't heard worse, I had plenty, but because she said it so casually, so certain she was untouchable. I tried to stay professional. "Ma'am, there seems to be some confusion. This vehicle belongs to the director of the FBI. I'm his security detail." But Linda wasn't interested in facts. She whipped out her phone hit record and announced for all of Facebook Live to hear, "Attention Willowbrook residents. There's a suspicious black man here who has stolen one of our cars." People stopped mid-step. Phones came out. A crowd formed like magic. Brandon clutched his arm, pretending I'd hurt him. He grabbed me, Mom. He attacked me. My chest tightened. I'd seen this playbook before, privilege weaponized like a loaded gun. Then Linda dialed 911. "Yes, there's a dangerous black man here who attacked my teenage son and stole our family vehicle." "Hurry!" Her voice was pure theater, panicked and trembling, designed to make dispatchers picture me as a monster. And in that moment, I almost gave up. I actually thought about walking away, letting them spin their lies, letting the neighborhood believe whatever story fit their worldview. Because what chance did I have? I could already see the headline, "FBI agent accused of assaulting teen." 10 years of service erased by one woman's venom. I wondered, maybe I should have just let the kid borrow the damn car 2 weeks ago. But then I felt it, that small emergency beacon in my pocket, smooth beneath my thumb. A lifeline. I pressed it. Somewhere in Washington, a red dot blinked on a map, and I knew the Bureau would come. Not fast enough to stop what was happening here, but enough to make sure the truth couldn't be buried. The sirens came first. 2 officers stepped out of a cruiser, Johnson and Martinez. Standard protocol hands near their holsters, eyes scanning. Linda practically sprinted to them, her camera still streaming. "Officers, thank God. This man attacked my son and stole our car." She gestured dramatically at Brandon, who was milking his fake injury like he was auditioning for a soap opera. I could have shouted, argued, begged them to believe me. But instead, I said calmly, "Officers, Walmart has security cameras facing this lot. They'll show everything that happened." That one sentence made Linda stumble. "That's not necessary," she snapped too quickly. But the damage was done. Her desperation showed. Martinez's eyes narrowed. He wasn't buying her act as easily as she thought. Still, procedure was procedure. "Sir, step away from the vehicle," Johnson said firmly. "Hands where I can see them." I complied, slowly reached into my jacket and pulled out my ID. Not a driver's license, not a regular badge, but a matte black FBI identification card. "I'm Agent Marcus Williams, FBI, assigned to Director Robert Davis. This vehicle belongs to him." Linda's face twisted in fury. "Fake? That's fake? There's no way someone like you could be FBI. Arrest him for impersonating a federal officer." Her words dripped with racism so blatant the crowd actually recoiled. Even some who'd been nodding along before started shifting uncomfortably. Johnson scanned my ID through his mobile system. 10 seconds later, his entire demeanor changed. He straightened up, eyes wide, and handed my credentials back with careful respect. "Agent Williams, your ID checks out. This vehicle is federally registered." The crowd buzzed. Linda's mouth flapped like a fish. Brandon's face drained of color. "Mom," he whispered, "maybe we should just go." But she doubled down, as people like her always do. This is a cover-up. They're protecting him because he's black. And right on cue, I heard the roar of engines. 3 black SUVs rolled into the lot in perfect formation. Doors opened in unison, and out stepped Director Robert Davis himself. The atmosphere shifted instantly. Conversations stopped, phones lowered. Even Linda froze, caught between rage and dawning horror. The director walked straight toward me. "Marcus, are you hurt?" His voice was calm but edged with steel. "No, sir," I said, keeping it professional. "She accused me of stealing your vehicle and assaulting her son. Called 911, live-streamed the whole thing." Davis turned to Linda. "Mrs. Morrison, is it you accused one of my agents of theft and assault?" For the first time all day, Linda faltered. "Director Davis, thank goodness you're here." "Your agent, he's dangerous, unstable. He attacked my son." Her voice cracked. The confidence she'd carried like armor was gone. And then Brandon broke. The pressure, the cameras, the sheer weight of truth, he couldn't hold it anymore. I lied. He blurted out, tears streaking his face. "Agent Williams never touched me. I just wanted the car, and Mom said if I said he hurt me, they'd have to give it to us." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Phones were still recording. Linda grabbed his arm, hissing, "Don't you dare," but it was over. Director Davis's eyes were ice. "Mrs. Morrison, you orchestrated false accusations against a federal agent. You involved your minor son. You made racially motivated statements on camera in front of law enforcement. Do you have any idea the seriousness of your actions?" Linda sputtered, searching for some lifeline. "I was just trying to protect my son," but Johnson was already pulling out his notepad. Martinez had his hand on his radio. The weight of federal law descended in that parking lot. I didn't smile. I didn't gloat. I just stood there letting the silence swallow Linda Morrison whole as her empire of intimidation collapsed in front of her neighbors, her son, and the world watching live. That's where it ended for me, right there, with the sound of handcuffs clicking shut around the wrists of the most entitled HOA president in Willowbrook Estates. Some lies can ruin lives, but the truth, when you hold your ground, will always catch up.